Good evening and welcome to this very special show, special presentation coming to you from the Times Now studios, where we have Ravi Shastri, the former Indian skipper, live. We get to know what Ravi Shastri wants to say and what his opinion is about the way India lost that match against South Africa. The numbers are flashing in. Feel free to call in and ask Ravi your questions.
Ravi, if I can first ask you, the burning one that all of India is asking, why Ashish Nehra for the 50th over? Left-hand batsman, he was stiff, 1 hour, why not Harbhajan Singh?
Well, that's the question. In fact, I was on air when that happened, and I was asked, straight away as to what would be your choice. It's always easier to be sitting outside and making the judgment as opposed to when you're in front of 50,000 people. But obviously, MS had two choices, Ashish or Harbhajan Singh. He went with Ashish because of track record and the way he had done over the last 18 months or so. Now, as far as I'm concerned, why I said Harbhajan Singh was simply because, Harbhajan had bowled till about half an hour before that. He had taken wickets. He was loose. Ashish Nehra hadn't bowled for almost an hour. He was stiff. He's coming back from injury. He's not played all the games. So there was that question mark over Ashish Nehra. But then at the end of the day, it's a gut feeling which a captain has. He would have thought about it quickly and then said, okay, let me give it to Ashish. In hindsight, he might think Harbhajan might have been a better choice.
Okay, now, if Ashish Nehra, one can still conceive that he should bowl the 50th over, why not Harbhajan for the 48th and Ashish for 49th and Zahir for 50? The fact that Harbhajan did not finish his quota, does this mean that the captain got it wrong?
No, in hindsight, I would say he must be thinking that he's got it wrong, because the fact that Zahir bowled the 49th, I thought Harbhajan will bowl the 50th. Because otherwise, Harbhajan could have well bowled the 49th, and then you could have kept your most experienced fast bowler to bowl the 50th. And that was a great over from Zahir. Make no mistake about that. That 49th over, set it up where it made it tougher for South Africa, to get those runs in the last over. But, as Peterson showed, if the bowler is not on track, he's not on the money in that last over, under pressure, you can be smacked. And that's exactly what happened to Ashish Nehra. He was smacked with the first two deliveries, and that was game over.
Shaz, Anand here, quick question to you. Do you think Dhoni got his over calculations wrong there? Very rare that the captain doesn't understand how to use his bowlers. Did that stump you a bit?
No, I don't think he got his calculations wrong at all. It was just a choice. Who bowls the 49th? Who bowls the 50th? Now, 49th, if it was Zahir, I would have thought Harbhajan will bowl the 50th. If the choice was a fast bowler for the final over, then I would have had Zahir bowling that final over and maybe Harbhajan the 49th.
Ravi, you've good defense of Dhoni. I mean, the fact is, he went out and said in the press conference, which you've defended, that, a stern message was sent to the batsman that he played for the galleries, etc. Now, he was also right there in the middle. Why didn't he stop his experienced batsmen, even Harbhajan, Zahir, etc., etc.? Or Munaf and Ashish getting exposed to Dale Steyn. Why did he not farm the strike? Does he not also take portion of the blame?
How do you know he didn't say it?
So then they didn't listen.
How do you know he did not say that to one of those batsmen? So yeah, he might have said it, and they played those shots. They would have learned from that experience. And the bottom line is, it's very easy to talk after the event. The rap on the knuckles to that batting side is absolutely right. What he came out and said sternly was a strong message and a good message, so that, they don't repeat themselves in the games that are coming up. But he would have also told them that, listen, we've lost 2 wickets. Why not just be calm for about 5 or 6 deliveries? Get the tempo back, and then, you get a couple of boundaries, you're back in it. In any case, you're going at about 6-7 runs and over. The bottom line at that stage was to bat 50 overs. Teams do mess up in situations like this, but you've got to learn from those mistakes. It seems India didn't learn from those mistakes against England. They committed the same mistakes against South Africa. Hopefully, they will learn from this mistake and not repeat it in the games against the West Indies, and then if they qualify in the latter stages of this World Cup.
Okay, you can call in live. We are taking all your callers, all the calls live. You can ask Ravi what you have to say about the match that took place in Nagpur. We have a first caller. This is Dinesh calling in. Hi, Dinesh. Good evening. Ask your question to Ravi.
Good evening. I think Dhoni's team selection has been making chaos among the public. Look at Sangakkara. He has been selecting the right people for the right matches. and he has seen almost 15 players have played in the tournament, and all players are match ready for the crucial knockout stages. But Dhoni hasn't been doing like that, and he has been giving chances to Chawla again and again, but he doesn't give a single chance to Ashwin. Why is this bias to look by Dhoni?
Well, you can't, I mean, that's the argument all over the place. If you ask me, would you play Ashwin or Chawla at this stage, I would play Ashwin. And the time has come, where MS has to draw a line. Because, it's reached that stage of the World Cup. If you do mess up, you could be well on your way out. So I think from India's point of view, they got to get the right combination out there. The best 4 bowlers, they must get them out on the park. And when I say best 4 bowlers, it's not just the bowlers who can contain, bowlers who can also get wickets and take the pressure of the batting side. Because if you carry on bowling the way you are and fielding the way you are, you're putting more and more pressure on the batting side, and that pressure will begin to show, if it's not shown already.
Fair point, Chaz. We've got another caller standing by. This is Mani from Chennai. Hi, Mani. Thanks a lot for calling in. Ravi Shastri is taking your calls live right here on Times Now. What do you have to ask for?
Okay, Ravi, if I can just ask you another one. I mean, you mentioned team combination. Ashwin is perhaps a bit of a forced one. Do you anticipate any other changes in the team, barring Ashwin? Because I know you've been advocating Suresh Raina as well.
Suresh Raina, definitely. I will definitely play Suresh Raina in the side because I'm a big one for left-handers. See, he's a dangerous player. You've got to go horses for courses. This is no disrespect to Virat Kohli or Yusuf Pathan. Virat's a fabulous young player. But when push comes to shove in a very important game, then, you got to go with your gut feeling. And if you look at Suresh Raina's record in India, he's an outstanding player. These are not tracks in South Africa where the ball will bounce or in England where the ball will move. In his backyard, he's as good and as dangerous a player as anybody that exists in the one-day game. So, I'd like to get him back in the side. And then the choice will be between Virat and Yusuf. That, you got to leave it to the captain. Like if you're prepared to gamble with Yusuf, play him. If you feel that, you've got all bases covered, if you play Virat instead of Yusuf, go ahead and do it. But that is a captain's call. That's, the gut feeling that he has on that given day as to who he has to play. I'm a gambler. I'll back Yusuf, because I think he'll win me a game, could be a quarter, semi, or a final.
Well said.
Which means
usually
one
likes to
person
go with
has to sit
instinct.
out,
Let's
and
hope he does.
that's Virat. That's tough luck. In the bowling department, I would look at Srishant. Definitely look at Srishant because West Indies have got quite a few left-handers. Srishant can swing it away from the right-hander, bring it back into the lefties, and he's younger, he's stronger, he's fitter, he adds value in the field, and he can take wickets. He can get the best out.
Plus, he can also add in that outfield. Isn't it nice to see the chorus growing for Srishant coming back into the mix?
Oh yes.
We got another caller, Shaz. This is Samir calling in from Delhi. Hi, Samir. Thanks for calling in. What's your question to Ravi Shastri?
This is Samir calling from Delhi. I know that there have been a lot of discussions around when to use the power play and all, but a couple of things I want to raise here is, number one is India is really lacking a genuine bowling all-rounder, who could bowl really well and who could bat. Our bowlers cannot defend 13 runs in the last over and cannot face single ball from Spain. This is huge, disappointment for all the people in this nation. The other thing that I want to put in a point for discussion for today is, last match, nobody was taking responsibility of making sure that we are playing for 50 overs. And in the end, we lost 8 balls. We did not play those 8 balls, and probably that made a huge difference. When others were not taking that responsibility, I believe Dhoni himself should have taken the responsibility. The moment Dhoni took the first run on the first ball of Spain, I'm not a sports person, I'm just a supporter, and I knew that, India is not going to make 50 overs and this tour is going to remain here. So this is something that probably, we need to learn a lot.
And they would learn, I'm sure. Remember, this side can win the World Cup, and I do believe that. And that's why you get upset, when you see a team like this playing the way they did on that day when the match was in their hands. They could have batted South Africa out of the contest by getting 340, 350. Now, you mentioned about Dhoni taking a single of the first, second ball and the strike. Did you see Dhoni when Ashish Nehra got out? He had his back to Ashish Nehra. Didn't even look at him as he passed once he got out. So what it clearly said was that he did not like the shot he played. And probably they would have had a chat before that, saying that just knock it around, pick up the singles, bat the 50 overs. But then sometimes in the heat of the moment, you do make mistakes. And that was a mistake made by Ashish Nehra. And it was there for everybody to see from Dhoni's body language. It didn't even turn once. He had his back to Nehra, and Nehra could walk off the park without even being looked at by the captain.
Sure, more than a couple of mistakes there, Ravi. We have our next caller, Deepak, calling in from Bangalore. Hi, Deepak. Good evening. Fire away your question to Ravi.
Hello, good evening, sir. Myself, Deepak from Mangalore, sir.
Hi, Dare. You're from Mangalore. How are you doing, Deepak?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Deepak. Ask your question to Ravi. He's listening.
Speak, man.
Yes, sir. I want to ask one question that why should you choose other option as a captain, because Dhoni is not performing well from last few matches, sir.
Hey, listen, you must have that, what's that they call Ginkgo Bilbao, no? What's that? Memory tablet. Just go and get a nice chill pill, have a couple of those tablets so that your memory improves and you know what Dhoni has done over the last 2 years.
Okay,
Okay, we have another caller. This is Chandrasekhar from Chennai. Hi, Chandrasekhar. Thanks for calling in. Your question for Ravi.
Ravi. Hi.
Yes, hi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I just, too many discussions have happened on this particular subject. It's not that, the team management doesn't know about the weakness or problems. But can some SOS action be taken by the Indian cricket management to bring in Dhoni and discuss with him, threadbare the problems and take some immediate actions before we face West Indies now?
I think that's bound to happen, and Dhoni is no one's fool. He's experienced enough. He's a proud captain. He's done an exceedingly good job over the last couple of years, 3 years, 4 years that he's been at the helm. And he realizes the time has come for some, very important decisions to be made. And I'm sure the Indian think tank will be sitting and probably getting that best side out on the park come the 20th.
Ravi, if I can just go back to the previous caller, Samir, the pain was coming out, the real outrage and enraged fan was coming out there. You've mentioned this point about showing disrespect to Sachin. From what I know, he did not even utter a word in that dressing room and left Mumbai to catch up with the family. Now, is that a stern message enough? Because from the master, the teammates would know.
Well, I know Sachin Tendulkar very well, Boria, and defeat can hurt him. And especially when you've got a match that's on the plate. The way the guy batted that day, he got his 50 in 33 balls, without even breaking into a sweat, without taking any risk, 100 at quicker than a runner ball, and then you blow it away. I mean, that's the right word to use. You've blown away the advantage in 9 overs of, silly batting. And it wouldn't have pleased him one bit. This is his last World Cup. He wants to go out on a high. He's put his best foot forward. And yes, sometimes silence is the best thing. It sends a very, very strong message.